Keep a straight face. Keep a straight face. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Off the Wall Nerd Podcast. I'm sorry.
I can't.
Uh,
I can't. I oh
uh, so
I
just
can't.
Justin
I
did our
can't.
intros. You just saw with the whole off the wall dissolving, but then he had to just put the toilet in there. So,
It sums up the day quite nicely.
well, everybody, I hope you're all having a great weekend thus far. Tomorrow is 4th of July, so we decided to do a holiday special going on tonight. If you do
Yes.
hear loud banging, it is outside of Justin's apartment. People are launching fireworks.
Uh,
But
Sound like fucking mortars. I mean, Jesus Christ! This last one shook the damn apartment building. I was like, "What the hell?" It's a good thing I got the cat tranked out because if not, he'd be all over the place right now.
yeah, unfortunately, that's what animals go through when fireworks are launched off like that. We don't anticipate hearing that outside my apartment today, so I think we'll be okay. But again, guys, hope you're all having a great weekend. So tonight we have a loaded show, and by loaded we have some heavy hitter topics. The highlight this week is gonna be the boys review, but we have some heavy hitters from Star Trek: Strange New Worlds, All Those Who Wander, and Orville: New Horizons: The Tale of Two Topas. Both were amazing, excellent sci-fi episodes. And yeah, it's gonna be interesting to go over those ones. So, Justin, we know how you're doing tonight, but how was your week?
The week's been going pretty good. Finally got, I had my monitor decided to go out on me, but that gave me the excuse to set up the big display. So now I have a gigantic wall display, which is fucking awesome. um, but yeah, other than that, yeah, it's been a pretty good week. I will be happy whenever the fireworks are done and over with because I am over it already.
Yeah, definitely.
It's really done and over with at this point. Come on, people. But yeah, it's been a good week so far. How's your week been?
Week's been pretty good. Just was able to catch up on the shows. I mean, it felt really bad. It felt not bad. It felt just really wrong that there was no Star Wars show. I mean, we have plenty of Trek at Orville,
Yeah,
but there was a great
but
meme. There was a great meme. Sorry, of Anakin. It's all. I know about Obi-Wan season 2. It's like I shouldn't want more, but I do.
but but I was able to finally get caught up on the boys.
Yes.
So
So
which
we
is
will be
why
able to
we decided
discuss.
to wait today.
We will be able to discuss all three shows that we're looking at today: Star Trek, Orville, and The Boys. So we're going to go ahead and actually jump into Star Trek. So Star Trek: All Those Who Wander, the penultimate episode for the season one. It felt very season endish. Like this would if they
Uh,
had ended the season here, it would have been great. So
yeah, that's what was kind of confusing. I was like, wait a minute, is this the last episode?
right.
Because I had thought we had one more to go, and I had to go look it up, and like, no, there's one more to go. I was like, then it was like, oh, okay, and apparently, they got next week's episode is whew.
They're teasing a hard episode next week for sure. And so for those of you who, again, as I do push, like if you're not into Star Trek, you're looking into or maybe want to try it, I recommend Strange New Worlds. And since this is a show that's episodic, you're not going to miss a story. I recommend starting with this episode because if you're fans of the Alien franchise, uh,
Oh my god,
this was
the nerds have been screaming because of that.
yes. So in this
Oh,
episode, a quick recap.
oh,
Episode starts off, the Enterprise has to go rescue a downed ship. So, and what happens is the captain leaves
not
his first
suspected at
officer.
all.
Captain leaves his first officer in charge while they go on a supply mission. He goes onto the planet to see the ship, and it very much gets alien from there. So they go down and they can encounter a race called the Gorn, who reproduce by putting their young inside a host body until they reach a certain age and then pop
And
out.
there it is. There it is. There it is. Aliens 2.0. And
Yep.
I am sorry because I had to sit there and just stop and go back and watch it again. And then I went and looked at a clip from Aliens. I'm like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, it was interesting. Now, I won't say that this was better than Alien, but they brought a little bit more of a horror factor because in Alien, the first one was just one. It was the chest burst and that was it. In this episode, it was multiple people. What they happened is that a person came aboard the ship, and when the Gorn popped out, it's like three or four at a time. they just completely decimated the ship and killed everybody. So you're like, oh, um,
Which
so
is apparently in a copycat Constitution class design, which I found a stupid cop out. Which only instead of 200 plus crew members, it only has 90.
yes,
Why didn't you just make it a Constitution class ship? It really doesn't matter.
yeah, this is one they could have done a cookie cutter ship, and it wouldn't have mattered. It would have been fine. So the Gorn, which we've only seen once before, way back in the '60s when William Shatner was captain of the Enterprise. The Gorn there were just, I know it was a rubber suit, but the Gorn were pictured as a bipedal race. And this one, they pop out and they're very much like Alien. They're very much like the Xenomorphs. They're
or
all on all fours. They're running around. They're
or
jumping,
Raptors.
or raptors,
They,
for that
yeah,
matter.
they reminded me of Raptors. Is what they reminded me of.
So the chief of security, La'an, has experience with this. She was once captured by the Gorn and was actually able to break free at the sacrifice of her brother. Um, and she happens to go on to the Gorn. While they pop out 3 or 4 at a time, it is often only one left out of the batch because they end up fighting each other for dominance until one is left, and then that one then starts to do its thing to everybody. So she says, "Yeah, we can't even take on one Gorn, and we're about to take on three. So, hey, look, Justice camera's on.
Uh,
Oh,
Yay!
don't move your head because that was a blinding light."
Yes.
um, so this is a hard hitting episode for a couple of reasons. So Uhura was scheduled to disembark the Enterprise. Her tour of duty was over, so they're going to go ahead and drop her off. A new officer was newly promoted, Lieutenant Duke, and I
Which
believe
apparently was a
I forgot the
dumbass.
science officer's name. I forgot her name. Chrissy was her name.
Something like
Something
that.
like that. I'm terrible, but of course,
Well, she was disposable, so it's
yeah.
fine.
For the diehard Trek fans, no one red shirt died in the making of this episode. um,
Aww.
yeah, but lo and
Aww.
behold, a newly promoted officer, a throwaway character, and Uhura, two of those three die. Spoiler alert: two of those three die. Very viciously and very grotesquely. Like this is, like I said, this was Star Trek horror. So,
And hopefully you don't like if you like Himmer.
mhm,
Sorry about your luck,
yes,
because yeah, and just to reintegrate, do not let your kids watch this
no,
episode
unlike
unless you have them into this type of thing because it will give them nightmares.
yeah, unless like this isn't like Star
I
Trek
have
Next Generation or even a previous episode of Strange New Worlds. This was one of those
or
don't let your kids
anything
watch.
Discovery.
Yeah, don't yeah.
Or anything in Discovery. I mean, I've seen parents complain, and I'm like, they warn you.
Yes.
That's what the ratings are for. They tell you this is not suitable for children, and
And
they
it,
mean it.
and Strange New Worlds and Disco and Picard aren't getting the TV-14 TV PG ratings. They're getting the TVMA rating. So parents, you got to be careful when your kids watch this. That if they suddenly have a nightmare of a green alien popping out of their chest, you know where it came from. Um,
Uh,
so what happens is they take on the one Gorn. It plays out very well. I give them credit for the acting, for the story. Now, of course, yes, people are gonna be like, "Oh, this is a ripoff of Alien." You got to go somewhere. This was more or less to show, hey, our background changed.
yes, I fixed it.
This was to give us more insight to the lore of the Gorn, which we have never seen before in all of Star Trek except once. So this is basically terrifying. Like if you come into this, you're like, oh, the Gorn didn't look so bad in the '60s. Yeah, bad news. Um,
Guess what? Yeah, they bad.
yeah. The episode ends, however, they manage to fix the downed ship and are able to get power. They do kill the last remaining Gorn, with La'an having having the experience. She knows how to trick them. So what she does, they get the Gorn, they kill it. They basically freeze it to death and kick it. But
uh,
one had attacked Hemmer, and the way they procreate is through the venom they spit. Not only does it burn you, it infects you with their young. So Hemmer knows right away, because not only is he telepathic, La'an also knows how they reproduce. So they both look at each other, know this is
right.
what's going to happen. Um, Hemmer was a highlight of this season, definitely. Not only was that he's an Enar, and Enars are blind, a blind actor played him,
Right.
So this was the first time that you actually had a blind actor play a blind role like this,
You
and
know,
he crushed it. He absolutely crushed this role.
I hope they bring him back like they did with what's her face in Discovery.
Like who? The Barzan.
No, the other one. You know, the android, whatever,
Oh,
augment thing.
God, the one that nobody knows the names of the crew of Discovery.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be named the Strange New Worlds or any other Star Trek shows, crew and cast, and I can usually rattle it off at Discovery. It's like, what?
Yeah,
Who?
I know who you're talking about in Discovery. She was in season 1 and
Right.
2, I believe.
And one that had control in her head, and they had
Yes.
yeah, and they bring the actor back to, that actually played her in makeup.
Yeah. So they could bring Hammer back, but the way Hammer doesn't just die by like getting shot. What he does is he exits the shuttle bay, and since the ship is sitting on a cliff, he just goes ahead and falls because he knows that the young will eat him out and come out of him. So he does sacrifice himself to save the lives of everyone else, and this is heart wrenching because you figure, hey, what is this Star Trek? This is a prequel. We know what's gonna happen. No, this is one of those we didn't know what was coming.
That's all right. I guess we're gonna have the disposable engineer until we get Scotty.
Yeah, my theory. I told Justin this the other day. I think they're going to, with Hammer gone, we're going to get introduced to wait, hold on, Spock, or our third legacy character in Scotty. Um, so
We already guess Uhura's probably going to stay now. So once
yeah, we all with Uhura hinting, oh, she's gonna leave Starfleet after her tour. The Star Trek people, she doesn't leave. You know how that's gonna play.
the
um,
people are actually bitching about that, and I'm just like, you know what happens? They're not going to change
yeah,
canon.
and
Well, at least not too much.
so for a penultimate episode, this is really good. Again, I like Justin and I both said this felt very season endish. Um,
Yeah, it was very weird. I mean, it was maybe they originally intended for it to be kind of like a season ender, but I don't know. Maybe it got aired out of order for some reason. That's been known to happen before. But yeah, it felt very end of the line. So it's going to be interesting to see what type of badass shit happens next episode. Considering now that we have officially have emo Spock.
yes. And I'm okay with emo Spock. It's letting us
Well, that
see.
was done in the cage. No, that was done in the cage. We had
Yeah,
emo Spock. So I mean, that's
I'm still iffy on Ethan Peck's portrayal of Spock. Now, I'm not saying he's doing a bad job, but Ethan Peck didn't have the luxury of meeting Leonard Nimoy the way Zach Quinto did.
but he did Shadow Quinto for a
Right,
bit.
and he did Shadow Quinto, and he got to meet and shadow Leonard Nimoy. Um, Joe, you're fired. He's tuning in now. Joe is fired.
God damn it, Joe. Okay, I want you to rewind the podcast back to the intro
Uh
and
huh.
watch it
Yes.
because this is right up to your top shelf type of shit.
um.
Damn it, Joe.
So
You
as
got
far as
one
this
job.
one, we know. So in this day and age, usually you'd have to wait. Justin and I are old enough to know in the '90s, you had to wait till the next week. There was no this trailer crap or anything like that. They gave us a trailer for next week's episode. We know there's going to be something big. But for me, the stakes are not high because Pike is going to live into season 2. We know everybody's going to live. Now, if they do, there are characters who they can kill off. Ortegas, they can kill off
I
La'an.
wouldn't miss her.
But
I wouldn't miss her either.
I'd miss Ortegas. Ortegas is cool. Um, but there are characters they can kill off, but the stakes don't
Anybody
feel.
that's not the core crew.
Yes. So if their name is not Pike, Uhura, Spock, and Banga will probably Chapel probably live. So it's
Oh,
not gonna.
sorry, Kirk. You're on the chopping block.
Sam Kirk should be on the chopping block. I thought he was gonna actually die in this episode. He didn't. You know what?
Mm.
Leia said this. So this is funny. Leia said this. His panicking and his freaking out reminded her so much of Guy from Galaxy Quest.
It does. Well, isn't that the same person?
No, 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 no. This is a completely different
Oh.
actor. Sam Rockwell played him played Guy in Galaxy Quest, but
Ah,
She flat out, the first words out of her mouth after she saw him start panicking, he really reminds me of Guy from Galaxy Quest.
so they'll. Oh, and we did get to see something on next episode's preview. They're actually doing the separate badges per ship, per station.
Are
It's
they?
not all. Yes, they showed a commander from a station, and it had a different Starfleet badge. So they're going that route with
Oh,
this
okay.
show, which I was kind of wondering if they're going to do. Not that means the one that.
Say
Oh,
hi.
the kiddo is calming the show.
Yeah, Kiddo had to have his
Hello,
cameo.
hello there.
Say hi. Say hi, Justin.
Hello.
Yeah, he's got to get his camera time in, folks. So this is my kiddo. Um,
Alright,
but yeah, so if we're gonna see, they're gonna keep the different com badges. So okay, I guess I'll live with that. Ah, don't touch it. Don't touch it.
do it. Do it.
All right,
Do it.
say no night. All right, there you go, buddy. All right, that was my kiddo signing off. Um, so different com badges are cool. Now I was kind of a little thrown off though when they did the different uniforms, like going from
Yeah.
doing that. But yeah, we'll see how that works. I mean, eventually in the TNG DS9, they all have the same com badge, the same uniforms.
Well, it's like TMP movie areas whenever they change it looks like, but yeah. Even in TNG they had different uniforms depending on. Oh, uh, yeah. It's whatever. It works for me. But yeah. Well, it was a hell of an episode this week. I can't wait to see what they got in store for the season finale.
Any other
But
thoughts on the
that's going to
episode,
be it
Justin?
for. It's very alienish. Aliens done right. Cause holy shit,
Ouch! Wow,
holy
shots
shit,
fired.
holy shit. I'm well. I
Shots
mean,
fired.
it's damn. It's brutal.
It was great,
Imagine.
but I don't know. I don't know if I'd throw shade at Alien like that.
Well, aliens have something to one up now themselves.
All right. Well, that's gonna
But
cover.
anyway,
Oh, I
but
that's
that's it for Star Trek for a while, ain't it? After this, because we don't have anything else starting up for a week or two.
Lower Decks says this summer, but there is no official date. At least not that I have seen. So Lower Decks we don't know yet. It is July, so my guess is it might be like a 2 week break because coming in July we get Camp Cretaceous season 5 final season comes out. Um, Stranger Things just debuted its second part of season 4. We will be reviewing that next
Which
week.
maybe if I can get all the episodes in season 4, because I'd binge it.
Yeah. So season 4 Stranger Things is roughly 8 episodes. Is roughly about 10, 11 hours. This
Jesus
last,
Christ.
the last,
Yeah, there's no way.
the last episode is 2.5 hours. The entire Stranger Things season 4 is as long as the Lord of the Rings trilogy extended edition.
Wow.
Um,
Yeah, why?
but we will try to but we will be trying to review Stranger Things next weekend, and of course Camp Cretaceous and all that. So yeah, that's what we're gonna be going for.
If
Um,
I can get Stranger Things in, but definitely I'm planning on watching Jurassic World. That is coming.
we got
That's coming this week.
weeks later, Justin. Weeks later.
I know. Better late than never.
So that will cover for Star Trek. So our next topic is another. Is this one is probably the heaviest hitting episode of this year as far as sci-fi that we've reviewed out of Star Trek, Orville, The Boys. Um, the episode in Orville New Horizons, The Tale of Two Topas. A quick recap is Topa is the name of the child by Bortus and Clyden. They are a single species race of Mocklin. Single species race known as the Mocklins. They're all male. However, when Topa is born, she is female. And what happens is that they forced a. They say in the show, Mocklins say corrective surgery to make her a male. They do so. So now Topa here is now of basically Mocklin maturity. Now I'm going to, for those of you before you come at me with the pronouns, this is how I'm going to have to address it. He, Topa is a he, is starting to realize that he wants to be in the Union, so he starts shadowing Commander Grayson. and he wants to be in command. He wants to fly, not fly the ship, but do what Commander Grayson does. So he picked a grid burrow model. However, Topa soon realizes that he is not right. He does not feel right. And as soon as he realizes, that's even when I was watching, it's like, oh no, he knows that something is wrong. As I do know, if I'm saying this correctly, those with dysphoria, when you're transgender, this is what you go through. Um, so Topa realizes something is wrong, and Topa then finds out that she was, now I'm saying that she was indeed female and
and
wants to be given that back.
and it was Bortus that gave her the information.
It is. For those of you who've been watching, Bortus has been very, very eye opening in his um coming around to what society is. And so he 100% accepted Topa as a female when she was born. However, their society rules in favor of the parent that wants a surgery, so Topa became a boy, and Bortus still loved his child the same. Um, but of course, if you've been watching Orville, you know we all don't like Clyden. And Clyden,
And he got his big big ass whooped.
yes. Topa then gets the surgery to become female once again, and I say this lightly, as respectfully as I can, is corrected. She goes from male to female correctly because, again, she was born female, and all is right in her world per se. However, she does confront Clyden after the surgery, and Clyden, of course, says something that no parent should say to their child, which is, "I wish you were never born."
I wish you would. I wish Clyden was flushed out and never lock.
Yeah, at that point, I think everybody wished Clyden was flushed out in airlock. I was
I
there
wish
with it.
Grayson would have whooped his ass. But
However, I
hey,
I want to stress the actor has done such an amazing job as Clyden. Please do not confuse this that he is playing a character. Do not hate the actor, but you can hate the character. That was the goal.
this is the thing. This is like with the whole Baby Yoda thing with the stormtroopers
Yeah.
punched Baby Yoda. People were giving them death threats. They were doing a job. It was a
Yes.
Baby Yoda is fake. There's no need to get angry and rage over a fake TV character that you're supposed to watch for entertainment. Come on, people. I mean, if it was like, even reality TV's fake. All TV's fake. I mean, just there's no need to get angry at actors for doing their job.
Yes. Now, to my knowledge, the actor who plays Clyden, I meant to look up his name, I didn't get it, but he was in The Walking Dead. He plays Tyrone in Walking Dead, who
Hmm.
was uh, Sasha's brother in The Walking Dead. There we go. He was in The Walking Dead, so you guys know him there. There, as far as I know, there's been no hate towards him. He did his role. There's people just been like, hey, we don't like Clyden. There's not been any of the we don't like the actor. Um, but I feel that this
Well,
sense
so
of
far the Orville fans, I think, are more sensible than some of the Star Trek and Star Wars fans. If this would have happened on Star Trek, the actor probably would have had a lynch mob outside his door.
probably. I don't mean to laugh, but that's the irony in that
I
one is
mean,
probably true.
it's sad, but it's true. It really sucks. This is the way things are.
Um, but this was a very powerful episode in acceptance and accepting yourself and being accepted. Um,
And accepting others.
exactly. Now, I say this hopefully with a small grain of salt. There was a fun bit to this episode when it opened up. The intro of the episode was very Indiana Jones. We had
Yes, it was.
we had Isaac helping them out, helping the archaeology team out. They're on a planet, and he sets off all the traps. Of course, gets one right in his cranial
Bad.
unit. Um, but I got a very much Indiana Jones vibe from this. It was pretty
Yeah.
great. Um, so Isaac was actually the unsung hero of this episode. As this episode went, the Union could not correct Topa's surgery because of the alliance they share with Mocklins. So Isaac steps in because he is not a Union officer. He is not a Mocklin officer or citizen. He is an artificial life form. He
Mm-hmm.
performs the surgery and finds a, how do I put this, a
Loophole.
hate loophole. So because the Mocklins cannot, because the Union did not perform the surgery, the Mocklins technically are not angry at the Union. They're angry at the Kalon, so they will continue their alliance to fight the Kalon.
Right.
But that was definitely a heavy hitter. They do let Topa come on the bridge as she still continues to shadow Grayson, and Grayson and Mercer are like, "Hey, you want to give the order?" They let her sit in the captain's chair, and she gives the order to leave the planet. So that was pretty great. Justin, enough of my rambling. What did you think of that? What did you think of this episode of Orville?
It was a good episode. Harking back to a TNG episode where they had one species that was that Riker Riker's fling of the week.
The Janai, yes.
Yes, it kind of harkens back to that one and some DS9 stuff. I mean,
Hmm.
they've been really good at doing their own thing, and it kind of it made it an original story, and they did. I just liked how they did. They did a good job. It was watchable. It now this one, I would have to say, unlike Strange New Worlds this week, it's okay to let your kids watch. It's
This is one I would say with where we are in times, people being accepted more, the LGBT community. This is one I say have your kids watch because the Orville does a great job
right,
of touching on this.
but it's of course up to you.
Yes.
But yeah, yeah. So far, I think we got 3 more episodes left this season.
Of Orville, we were on
Yeah.
episode. No, we should have I think five.
Okay. Good. Okay. Five
Yeah, I'll
more
have to
left
double
this
check. Let me.
season.
Actually, I'll look it up right
I
now.
think it's yeah.
Well,
I think it's 4 or 5. What is it, two?
let's see. So while I'm looking this up, Justin's going to continue his thoughts.
But yeah. Yeah. Just it was an overall good episode. That Isaac Loophole looks like Isaac's getting back together with what's her name, Claire, and
ah,
yeah, really good episode.
this actually will be a 10 episode season.
Oh,
but we
really?
but we have five more. We're 5 episodes in with five to go. So the Tale of Two Topas, the remaining titles for Orville, they have released all of the titles. The
Mhm.
next episode, Twice in a Lifetime, From Unknown Graves, Midnight Blue, Domino, and Future Unknown. Um, I hope one of those episodes deals with Mercer getting his daughter. We did find out,
I
in
would have to say that's features unknown. I bet.
yeah, we did find out. So a couple of the side stories, if you will, in Orville, leading into Topa, was that we had the Indiana Jones bit with them finding the tomb, if you will,
Mhm.
and then that Mercer is writing letters for his daughter. Now he's not sending them; she doesn't get them, but he's doing a thing of he's writing so many letters. So if he does get her again, she can read the letters and get to know her
Right.
dad. Which, as Justin and I are parents, that kind of is like, ow. um, so that was really good to find out Mercer's doing that. Of course, Grayson's like, just when I think I've got you figured out, you surprise me. Um,
Yep.
so it was really great. This
And I
episode,
still think those two are going to end up back together at some
I
point.
really hope not. I really hope they don't. They tease this way too much in seasons 1 and 2. Um, I really just hope that they don't get together. They just continue their professional relationship. Honestly, I think depending on how these episodes go, maybe in a off the wall idea that Talea and Mercer get together, that they get their daughter and they raise that they raise their daughter together. That it's just out there. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Justin's head is hurting right now. But the episode does end on a very high note. Again, Topa gets to give the order as she sits in the captain's chair, and we move on. Like you said, the next episode is called Twice in a Lifetime. There was no, as far as I know, there probably was, but I didn't see a trailer for it.
I have not.
The Orville is really stepping it up. So I want to say for like the last 3 episodes, we're like, oh man, this is getting better and better. Morality Paradox started. That's when I started saying it. Then it went to the Gently Falling Rain with Mercer's daughter, and now we're at Taylor to Topa's. Like they're actually topping themselves every episode, and that's really good. Um, and it's also good to see that Brandon Braga, Star Trek veteran, has written a couple episodes and he's been directing as well. So he's got his fingerprints all over this also.
Oh God.
Justin's camera died.
Yeah, he was responsible for Voyager's nightmarish. Ugh. And
Um,
Enterprise. Ugh.
if you're gonna do Trek right, you get someone like Brandon Braga.
Well, apparently he couldn't do Enterprise right. Oh,
What'd you do, Justin?
I said apparently he
Oh,
couldn't do Enterprise right. So I mean,
but so that will Joe, I want more poop jokes in my Orville, but yes, this season is much better than season 2. Loved Voyager.
Joe, did you watch the intro, Joe?
Oh yeah, Joe, did you rewind the podcast and watch the intro? He pooped his pants.
Uh,
Oh man.
that doesn't answer. Does that mean you watched it, or does that
Right?
mean he just popped his pants?
No, he hasn't watched. Okay, he'll have to watch the intro at some point. Damn
Hold
it.
on, hold on, hold on,
Okay,
hold
okay.
on, hold on, hold
So we just played our intro again for our junior executive producer of Penis, Joe. Cut out for a few seconds and skip the discussion on Stranger Things. Oh, we didn't discuss anything. We just said that we're gonna try to talk Stranger Things next week. But Justin did just play the intro, so. um, so Justin, any more thoughts on Orville? He's laughing. He's laughing.
on. Joe, yes. Well, I mean, pretty much sums it up. It was a great episode. I can't wait to see what they got for us next week.
Okay, here's one thing that didn't get addressed in this episode that got teased in the last episode. What is going on with Lamar and Kayali?
I'll tell you what's going on with Lamar and Kayali. I'll tell you. I'll tell you right now.
Joe said he loved the intro, but yes, for those watching Orville, Lieutenant Lamar and Lieutenant Commander Lamar and Lieutenant Commander Kayali are possibly a thing. That was teased in the previous episode for 10 seconds, and we haven't heard anything since. So maybe we'll get this. Maybe that's twice in a lifetime. Who knows? We'll see what that's about. I do appreciate the title, but like, if we're looking at the episode titles, Electric Sheep was definitely one that was like, okay, you don't know what to expect. Twice in a lifetime, who knows? But that's gonna take it for Orville right there. That's gonna conclude our take on Orville. Moving on, since Justin is finally caught up, we are going to discuss The Boys.
Lots of penis. Lots and lots of penis.
Yes. Okay.
Including a flying dildo.
So funny story about the last week's episode. We didn't get to talk about it, Herogasm, but Frenchie
Holy
did
shit.
miss Herogasm. Um, before we talk about episode 7, the most recent one, Herogasm is exactly what it sounds like. Number one. Number two, it forced the creation of a new legal department at Amazon because of the content of the episode. um,
Which, oh my god.
yeah, if you watch last week's episode, let's put it this way: if you're not into pornography, go to porn. Don't turn this episode off and go watch Pornhub. When Pornhub is more contained than this than a show, you know
They
something.
shoved an icicle up a girl's butt on camera. Like, what the hell?
And it doesn't help that when Huey uses his teleportation from Compound V, he gets naked because his clothes don't go with him.
Uh,
So that's
yeah, I love the first time. It's just like, oh my god, and then afterwards, it's just like, whatever.
so Joe, that had all the penis in the episode you'll love. So you should definitely go and watch
Including
that
a
episode.
flying dildo.
The flying
And I
dildo.
swear to
Yes.
God, yes, you have got to watch it, Joe. You will love it.
So The Boys was pretty much now. The Boys was an hour long, but if I could sum it up
Worth it.
in 15 20 seconds, even less than that, Soldier Boy finds out he is Homelander's father.
Oh, and it makes finally everything makes so much more sense.
So, those of you watching The Boys, when Soldier Boy is released, his mission has been to find his old team and kill them. Butcher makes him a deal. We'll help you kill your old team. You help us kill Homelander. So they're going along with his mission to find this. I forgot the guy's name. Mind something. Mind Eye.
Mindstorm.
Mindstorm. He puts Butcher in a trance, and we get some very, very tragic backstory on Butcher. We'll get to that in a second. But he puts down Butcher, and so Soldier Boy and Huey go and find Mindstorm, and Huey gets Mindstorm to get Butcher out of the trance. Soldier Boy finds him anyway, kills Mindstorm after you hear him talking to him first. You then hear, "What the hell? That's fucking impossible!" And then he kills him. We're like, "What the hell was that?" So we come to find out, um, yeah, that he fathered, or at least they somehow got his DNA or sperm, and that's how they literally put it. That he is father to Homelander because he was created basically out of Soldier Boy. So he calls Homelander and tells him what father wouldn't want for their son. I'm like, oh. So we now have two big bads in this episode. Homelander has a father he did not know he had. And Soldier Boy is now like, do I kill Homelander or do I help him? So
Oh god, and watch those two team up. It will be yeah.
it will be
Right.
something really really dangerous. That if those two team up, I don't know what would happen.
They better not fucking cliffhanger it either.
Yeah, because
Better not cliffhanger it.
I don't know if they will or no, if they will or won't, but it is the boys has been renewed and greenlit for season 4, so the cast did a big old picture about that. So yeah, Soldier Boy is his dad. On the backstory of Butcher, we find out why he is so angry. Um, he basically unintentionally became his father, and his father was very abusive to him and his little brother, often to Butcher because he would protect his little brother and hide him. So Butcher always took the punishment. Um, Getting older, growing up, Butcher then thought that by leaving, his father would not take his punishment out on his little brother. Unfortunately, that was not the case, and we see his little brother kills himself. Um, the part of this was that we found this out because Mindstorm put Butcher in a trance where he traps you in your mind and replays the same nightmare in your head over and over again. And Butcher's nightmare is the events leading up to his little brother killing himself. So we finally understand why Butcher is so attached to Huey, is because Huey reminds him of his little brother. He doesn't want anything bad to happen to him. But Butcher again shows his colors. He's a dick. Or I'm sorry, I'll use his word. He's a fucking cunt. Because Starlight finds out that excessive use of the temp compound V will kill you in 3 to 5 doses. Butcher is very much exceeded that. Huey's probably heading for his third or fourth. And he's like, yeah, I promise I'll tell Huey. He does not tell Huey. And that's when we're like, oh, wow, Butcher, come on, man. Like, we just saw your tragic backstory and you're a dick. What'd you think about that, Justin?
Yeah, they're going to find a loophole because they're not going to kill two of their main characters. I mean, seriously, there'll be a loophole. Maybe they're going to turn them into permanent soups. We'll see.
I mean, it would be interesting. Okay, I could see them do it to Huey. I don't know if Butcher would, but we still have to find out what's going to happen with Maeve. We still have to find out what's going to happen with Starlight because she did break in and get permanent Compound V because Kimiko wanted her powers back to protect Frenchie. Now, this is where the double standard comes in. Is Huey wanted powers to save and protect Starlight, but Starlight got all pissed at him. Well, I'll break up with you, and they did. Kimiko, oh, I want my powers back to protect Frenchie. Starlight, okay, I'll go get it for you. It's like double standard much.
Uh, yep.
So
Oh, it's going to be. How many? We got what? 10 episodes of the season, I think.
yes, 10 episodes as well. So we got 10 episodes of Orville, Strange New Worlds, and The Boys.
Damn, all the good shows all at once. No, what are we going to do when they're all done?
Right? Um, but yeah, it was interesting to see the episode again. So we find out again, Soldier Boy is Homelander's father. So this is going to create a hell of a dynamic moving forward. I do believe we have 3 episodes left of the boys.
hmm
Um, so what we saw the fight in Hero Gasm, we're like, oh man, that's just a tease of what's to come. I don't know if we're gonna get that Homelander v Soldier Boy fight at the end. I'm wondering if it's gonna be Butcher and Huey versus Soldier Boy and Homelander.
Probably.
So that'll be interesting, and maybe Starlight comes back to help them. But yeah, this is gonna be, or maybe Kimiko comes and helps them because she got her powers back. Kimiko can now heal. She has her super strength back, so maybe she'll come back to kick some ass.
Who
Um,
knows?
yeah. Any other thoughts on the episode, Justin? I mean, since you're finally
I
caught up.
mean, it was, whew. It was a hell of an episode, that's for sure. This is definitely an adult show. Don't let your kids watch this one. That's just, oh man, just when you think you've seen some fucked up shit, they throw something completely out of left field. And it's like, oh my god, what the hell?
We didn't get a chance to talk about episode 1. I'm just gonna mention this. Episode 1, exploding penis. That is all. Joe, that's all.
Literally exploding penis with a guy climbing inside of, yeah. It's it. Joe, this is right up your alley. You will enjoy every second of the season.
Yes,
Please
you will.
watch.
You definitely will. You got to watch this. So folks, that will do it for our reviews, and we have a little bit of time left on our typical show where we try to go an hour. So we're gonna dive into some fun topics, to kind of lighten the mood after hard after our hard hitting episodes for Star Trek and Orville. So we'll start with this first one. Whosoever holds this Xbox, if they be worthy, shall possess the power of Thor. Microsoft is teaming up with Marvel to make a Mjolnir Edition Xbox. And there's a catch though. It's not good.
Emotional damage.
Nice. Where was this timing before, Justin? So what's going to happen here is that is going to be a contest. So if you go to Microsoft, actually here, no, sorry, Xbox's official Twitter, you can enter this contest to win a Mjolnir style Xbox. And when I say Mjolnir, I mean like this right here. I have Mjolnir right here behind me. So I'm gonna show you. Ugh. There it is. That's what's gonna look like. This is the Xbox, and it's gonna have a handle right here. That's gonna be the Xbox. We'll put Mjolnir down real quick.
Oh my god.
So, what? You're not excited for that, Justin? That's not cool.
That's just so raunchy.
Wait, the Xbox, or are you still thinking about the boys?
No, that's just so like Microsoft.
Oh, I think it's cool. I thought it was pretty fun, but again, it's through a contest. It won't be a retail sold item, so make sure you check out the official Xbox Twitter for the rules and entry. Um, but yeah, that looks like fun. It looks pretty cool. It will be actually the cracked damaged version of Millionaire that Jane has, not a non-damaged version. So it'll be the one that looks like the one Jane's holding from Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh, so they're doing it. Doing it through a raffle of subscribers to the Xbox
Yes.
account on Twitter. Neat.
And staying in the video game topics, this has been one that fans have been very, very, very much itching on. Excuse me, sorry. Fear not, God of War fans. Ragnarok is not delayed. Now they had planned an announcement a few days ago for June 30th, but fans got really, really antsy because there were rumors coming out from a very verifiable leaker named the Snitch, and he said that they're going to delay Ragnarok. So instead of doing the announcement on June 30th because they canceled it, that's when the uproar really started. The director himself came out and said, "While I can't go into detail, Ragnarok is not delayed. So they are still aiming for their 2022 holiday window to release
Hmm.
the PlayStation flagship series." Personally, as far as PlayStation goes, I don't play many PlayStation games, but I have played God of War. I am a fan of the series. I am very much looking forward to Ragnarok. Justin, have you ever dabbled in God of War at all, or no?
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna try it out whenever it finally, releases. Hopefully, sometime on time. But we know how this goes. It's It just depends on these dudes get delayed.
Right. So with the director saying that they're gonna still do the 2022 holiday release, fans are a little bit more at ease because he's like, okay, screw it, I'm gonna tell you guys. So, they will be pushing for that. So fans, keep your eyes out. Thor Ragnarok, God of War Ragnarok. But yes, Thor is in Ragnarok. um, because of the spoiler for those who played God of War, Thor descends upon Kratos and the game ends. So we know very much that Kratos is going to be fighting Thor in this one. Um, so there you go, gamers. Fret not, God of War Kratos will return. On a couple more fun notes, this one not so much fun, just a little bit. This one made me chuckle, made Leia chuckle because she's a Dune super fan. Dune Part 2 has been delayed. Now, don't take that for what it sounds like. I have a hair in my mouth. Sorry. Don't take that for what it being like. Oh, delayed a year. It's just being delayed a month. So instead of opening off October next year, they're pushing to November for a Thanksgiving release of next year. Denis Villeneuve says that on a scale of this, basically saying on this kind of scale, he doesn't want to mess up. Power to you, man. He has never in his life in his filmography done a sequel, so this is his first ever continuation of a series. Um, so I can respect the fact that he wants to take his time on that. And he did state that Dune Part 2 is the second half of Herbert's book that they are adapting. So there will not be a trilogy Dune movie. This is a Part 1, Part 2, closing it out. Um, but this is where I laughed. He says, "quote If I survive Dune Part 2, then I might do Messiah. For the Dune fans, that means that he will look into adapt and continue Paul's story in
Whoa.
Messiah, which would close it out." Um, so if Dune 2 does well, and he's as he says, Wolverine role.
I'm okay with this.
Taron Egerton, for those of you who don't know, he's been out of it a little bit. He did his most recent success was Rocket Man, the biopic of Elton John. Taron Egerton is also known as Eggsy from the Kingsman series.
Whoa. Sorry.
All those bangings you hear is Justin's fireworks outside Justin's
It's
apartment.
fucking mortars is what it is. Jesus. That one sound like it was right outside the window.
But Taron Egerton, now speculation for this has been swirling for years because production has not yet commenced on Kingsman 3, which will be his last Kingsman movie. But Tara has been bulking up, and not just bulking up like, oh, he's in shape. This guy has been getting big. Wolverine is a built motherfucker. So that's when the rumors start swirling that Tara is going to be a new Wolverine. And for years, like, oh man, it's going to happen, it's going to happen. It may be happening because him and Feige have confirmed they have met to talk about this. So Justin, you've seen Kingsman. I don't know if you've seen Rocket Man, but what do you think?
I think he's a good fit. If anyone had to replace Hugh Jackman, it should be him. He would fit the bill pretty well, depending on if they give him the sideburns and whatnot,
Right.
and makeup and all that. But yeah, I think it would work out pretty well. I mean, he's done some incredible stuff. We know he can do the anger and rage and all that. So
Yes.
I say give it a shot. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? They recast him.
um, but yeah, so we're looking at that. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. Be definitely posting on our Facebook page. Make sure you guys are looking there for all of our funny memes, also. But yeah, and also
Funny memes and bad dad jokes.
yes, And one more on fan casting: keep Krasinski as Reed Richards. Thank you. Um,
Ugh,
did you hear that? Because I heard that.
I heard it. I heard it. I heard
Oh
it.
no,
And I'm
I
just
didn't
like,
mean that, Justin. I meant the iconic roar of Godzilla. The Godzilla vs. Kong sequel gets a release date March 15th, 2024, 3 years to the day of the release of Godzilla vs. Kong. Details are scarce. However, Adam Wingard is returning to direct. He said it will take place immediately after the events of GVK. And I'm excited for this. Now, we knew a sequel was possibly coming. Adam Wingard did state when this movie first came out, it was up to the fans if they would do a sequel. Now we have our answer. Legendary has greenlit it and has taken a slot for release. So this means we will get to in just about 2 years. In the meantime, we can sit and wait. However, MonsterVerse fans, I did mention this before. Apple is developing a live-action sequel series to Godzilla 2014, diving into a family history of Monarch. Again, this is still
why
MonsterVerse.
Apple? Why?
After seeing what Apple did with Prehistoric Planet, I'm not gonna fret about Apple taking this on. And
Okay.
Netflix, however, is also developing a Kong anime series taking place after the events of Skull Island. So
Oh,
these are
come
all
on, Netflix.
these are all still oh my Lanta in the same universe. Apple will be doing this series, Netflix doing that, and of course Legendary doing the movies. So we have that slate now. There are no release dates though. They're all still
Okay.
in pre-development, pre-production. So we just have to sit and wait. But the MonsterVerse lives on. They have stated they want to do a spin-off movie featuring on other monsters, focusing, sorry, and of course the series. Justin, are you looking forward to that? I know you love Godzilla.
Yeah, I mean, probably might be a minute before I catch one on Apple because I don't have Apple TV or Apple products, and I just the streaming service is just. But yeah, so far as as far as the sequel to the movie, yeah, because the movie was fun. It was actually the reason why I got the projector in the first place because I threw it up on the big screen and enjoyed the hell out of it. But yeah, I can't wait. We'll set to see what they do with it. Hopefully, it doesn't suck.
Yeah, no, I don't think it will. But again, yeah, like just like typical fans, we hope it doesn't suck. We're always gonna have that doubt in
I
our head.
mean, Legendary and the sequels has not had a great track record. So,
But they have with Godzilla. So Godzilla, Kong, Skull Island, King of the Monsters, and Godzilla vs Kong, they have been doing okay. So, um, Joe goes Severance Man on Apple TV. Apple TV does have some good shows. I haven't watched all of them. Personally, I
I mean,
watched. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, I mean, if I ever get Apple TV, yeah, I'll watch it. But it's just like I will have a reason to get it right now because it's just another streaming service when I have all of
Right.
them.
I like personally. I love the Prehistoric Planet on the dinosaurs. My kid was a fan of dinosaurs, but I primarily watch Jon Stewart's show. But yeah, we're the found. I think it's Foundation is a show we wanted to start. We haven't yet. So
That's one I want to see. That might be what I get Apple TV for. I
and
want to watch Foundation.
And before we do cut our show, as we are about to hit our 1 hour mark, but we do appreciate you guys joining us. One little more tidbit. For those of you who are fans of Adult Swim and Gennady Tartakovsky, Primal Season 2, July 21st. It will
Oh,
it will air on Adult Swim the next day, available on HBO Max. So HBO's
okay, good.
partnering, yeah, they'll be doing Cartoon Network, Adult Swim first, and then July 21st, July 22nd, it is on HBO Max. Primal is back. They released a quick little 40-second teaser. It is on YouTube. Holy shit.
Oh,
It looks epic.
oh yeah, I can't wait to see that. Yeah, let's see what else. What else? What else? Oh, yeah. If you haven't watched Superman and Lois this season, watch it. The finale was holy shit.
Right?
So the last of this good CW shows. Flash is trash.
I don't,
Uh, I'm not. They just keep repeating shit season after season at this point,
how is Flash
and
on season 9? Oh my god.
uh, and Arrow ended before the Flash,
Uh-huh.
and I don't get it. They could have done much more of Arrow, and yet we get you know Barry time travel season again. I'm just sitting there, I'm watching this. I'm like, really? We did this already.
Um,
Why are we doing it again?
but yes, I did hear. I now personally haven't watched Superman and Lois. I may at some point, but I have heard nothing but good things about the show. I did hear the season 2 finale was amazing. As far as
It
the
was.
as far as the CW DC shows go, Superman and Lois is quickly becoming the good one, or not? Or, okay, becoming the best one. That's what I meant to say. Um,
Yeah, it's one of the better CW shows that they've had in a long time that hasn't had a problem like the Flash or Batwoman or the others that just ran into boring
oh
storylines. I
God,
mean, the
yeah.
Flash just basically repeats every season over and over and over and over and over. They brought the fucking forces back again for this season, and they had them last season, and it's not. I'm sorry, just kill the fucking show, CW. It's had 9
Let it
seasons.
die.
It's had a good run. Let it die. Focus on Superman and Lois. You got a good thing here.
So Justin had to get that out of his system. But yes,
That
just
was also what I was watching for the week. So yay.
so that'll conclude it for tonight's show. Real quick, Justin, where can our fans find you if they're looking for you?
Twitch.tv, _augmented. I stream usually on the weekends. I try to sporadically go live throughout the week in the evening times. I'm trying to get affiliated, need those 3 hours views. So if you want to, turn it on, let it run in the background, tell your friends, send them over, because if we both get affiliated, we could do some cool stuff with redeems.
Yes, for those
That's
of you
what
watching, I am an affiliate with Twitch, and you can make me do funny things from take a drink of water to doing squats, or if you
now
get it, if
imagine if you can make us both do funny things.
like make Justin like a
including a
Switch cartridge.
possible including a possible hot chip challenge coming soon.
I got to get the hot chip first. Um, but on that note, guys, we do thank you for
I'll do it
joining
for
us.
$100.
We do thank you guys for joining us tonight. We're slowly but surely getting better. We appreciate the support, guys. So yeah, we will be going live probably next Saturday. Now, we went live tonight just because of the holiday, so we hope you guys will have a fun and safe holiday. We know Justin's getting mortar shells outside of his apartment
Well, generally, if the holiday follows the Monday, we will generally try to go
on a
live
Sunday. Yes.
on Sunday. So, because we know people travel, people go, and they're usually by where they're at by Sunday, and yeah, we just found it's a better thing all around. So yeah, we hope you all have a great holiday weekend. Stay safe. Don't be stupid with fireworks. We don't want you to wind up on YouTube. Uh, unless you want to do something stupid with fireworks, just don't get injured or
Yeah,
injure anybody else, or burn your house down or someone else's house down.
or any of those things.
Yes.
But again, guys, thank you for tuning in tonight. Remember, spay and neuter your plushies. Justin, go ahead and close us out.
Oh my God! He stole my line. He
Yep.
stole my line. And remember, everybody, keep it in your pants.
Keep it in your pants.